Welcome back to the channel. So you know about Claude Design, right? Anthropic released it back in April 2026, and it genuinely made a lot of noise online. And if you haven't heard about it yet, basically what it is a tool that lets you create complete design artifacts just by describing what you want. Landing pages, pitch decks, mobile app prototypes, slide decks, you just type what you need, and Claude builds it. No Figma, no design software, nothing. And the output is actually good quality because it's powered by Claude Opus 4.7, which is their most capable model. The problem is, it requires a paid subscription. It's cloud only, locked to Anthropic's models, and you cannot bring your own API key or self-host anything. You pay, you use their stack, and that's the whole deal. So the open source community did what it always does and built their own version. And that version is called Open Design, completely free, runs locally, and it already hit 40,000 stars on GitHub in 2 weeks. And right from the start, you can see the idea. It's the open source, local first alternative to Claude Design. And the cool thing is, they're not shipping their own AI agent. They detect whatever coding agents you already have installed, like Claude Code, Codex, Cursor Agent, Gemini CLI, OpenCode, and more. And if you don't have any of those, you can just bring your own API key from providers like Anthropic, OpenAI, Azure, Google Gemini, or even run something locally through Alma. The architecture is clean too. A Next.js frontend talking to a local Express daemon, and everything saves to a local SQLite database, so your projects and conversations are always there when you come back. Now let's go to their website and look at what they've actually built. Starting with the skills page, and this is honestly impressive. They have 132 skills organized by mode, scenario, and platform. Some of the featured ones are really interesting. There's DeckSwiss International, which is the 16-column grid layout with a single saturated accent color and 22 locked layout variations. There's DeckGuizang Editorial, which is this digital magazine style. Deck with an ink and e-paper aesthetic and 5 different color palettes. There's Video Hyperframes, which lets you create continuous frame animations compatible with Remotion. And there's some really creative video ones like Frame Glitch Title, which is a digital glitch title card with chromatic aberration effects for video transitions, and VFX Text Cursor, which creates this cursor light trail effect with colored rays for video intros. And each skill is literally just a folder with one skill file. You drop it in, restart the daemon, and it shows up in the picker. That's it. Next is the Design Systems page, 150 portable visual systems, and each one is a single markdown file with all the token specs: colors, typography, spacing, components, motion, all of it. So everything stays visually consistent. You've got systems like Apple with that premium white space and cinematic imagery feel, Airbnb with the warm coral and photography-driven rounded UI, Airtable with that colorful, structured data aesthetic, Ant Design for enterprise and data-dense applications, and a lot more. 150 in total. Then there's the Templates page, which has 111 ready-to-fork artifacts. These are pre-built, complete artifact bundles with sample data already in them. You fork the folder, swap the sample data with yours, and ship. Things like a magazine poster template that reads like a Sunday paper full-page essay with an oversized serif headline and a 2-column body layout. An audio jingle template that routes music requests to Suno or Udio or Lyria and speech to 11 Labs or Minimax TTS. And then there's the craft page, which is basically their design philosophy baked into the system. 11 brand-agnostic rendering principles that skills can declare they need, and the agent loads the relevant ones into its system prompt automatically. So things like an accessibility baseline that goes beyond the legal minimum, an animation discipline that defines when motion actually earns its place in a UI and what constraints it needs to follow. And some of them are actually auto-enforced by the linter, so failing them is treated as a regression, not just a style preference. And then, color rules. Editorial typography hierarchy for long-form and magazine layouts, and form validation rules. This is the stuff that explains why the output quality is higher than what you'd normally expect from an AI design tool. All right, so let's actually install this thing and use it. So first you go to the GitHub releases page and you scroll down a little and you'll see the download options right there. Installers for Mac OS and Windows. Now let's install it. It's a classic installer. You just click next and install like any normal app. Okay, it's installed. Let's launch it. And this is the interface. Really clean, nothing overwhelming. You've got the chat area right there where you can just type what you want. And below that, you've got the ready-to-use community options organized by category: prototype, live artifact, slides, image, video, hyperframes, and audio. On the left, there's also the integrations area where you can connect MCP tools, set up your accounts and API keys, and use open design from other environments through CLI, HTTP, or MCP. I added my Gemini API key, picked the model, and hit test. And as you can see here, it's connected and it replied in 736 milliseconds. Now let's actually test it. I'm going to pick one of these ready community live artifacts. This one right here that creates a social media matrix tracker dashboard. Let's see how it turns out. As you can see, it immediately laid out the full plan. What it understood, what design system it's going to use, what it's going to do step by step. I'll just type OK and let it do its thing. And this is what it generated. And it actually looks really good. You can check how it looks on tablet and mobile right from here, and it's fully responsive, no issues. You can also change the color theme from here. You can switch between the preview and the code view anytime and download it as an HTML file. So yeah, that's open design. Free, open source, runs locally on your machine, and the output quality is genuinely solid. See you in the next one.